Abruptly, she turned and walked out of the apartment. This, then, was the end of it. As simple and final as this. She had said all she had come to say. She stood there a moment, waiting, watching, knowing he could not bring himself to face her. Abruptly, she turned and walked out of the apartment. This, then, was the end of it. As simple and final as this.
Tag, let go of me. I'm warning you.
I want to see that telegram, Marion.
You won't.
Your husband, I've got a right to see it.
Let go.
From him, isn't it?
Tag, I'm not going to listen to your accusations.
Well, if it's all so innocent, then show me the wire.
Oh, stop it. You're obsessive. You're sick.
Marion, one of these days you're going to push me too far.
I'd like a dry sherry, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
I hope I didn't hurt you.
Oh, not at all. It was my fault.
Bourbon water, please.
Yes, sir. I just saw Marion. Now, what's the beef this time?
Why didn't you ask her?
Now, look, Tag, you're not helping matters, honey. You're only risking more bad publicity for her. And the studio's gonna make me answer for it.
She's making her own bad publicity, and you know it.
Why don't you apologize to her?
Why don't you mind your own business?
Here to join me?
I've ordered things.
Thank you. My name's, Oliver. Grady Oliver. Your name's Dean, isn't it?
Why must people have names embossed on gifts?
Is it Miss Sandy?
Oh, what did you say?
I asked if it was Miss Dean.
No. It's Mrs.
Sorry for being so inquisitive.
Look, do you mind? I'm trying to finish something.
Of course.
I'd like a drink, Dad. Double Bourbon.
Sandra, please. Let's have dinner.
I'd like a drink first, if you don't mind.
No.
Oh, I'm going back to my room. I'm not hungry. Oh.
Let me help you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
A little rough that long here.
Would you please send my drink down to drawing room B?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Certainly.
Come in.
Miss Dean, are you missing any of your papers?
Why, no, I don't think so. Everything seems to be here.
I found this on the floor just after you left. I think it was among your things.
I don't understand this. Oh, surely you don't think I wrote it.
Well, you being a writer, I thought it might have been something you wrote for one of your stories.
But it isn't.
I'd hate to have anything like that to happen in my train.
Well, I don't think there's anything to it. I mean, after all, a person doesn't type a suicide note and then just leave it lying around on the floor.
Strange things happen on trains. Anyhow, I'm going to wire our special agent in Albuquerque. And I'd appreciate it, Miss Dean, if you'd keep your eyes open. And let me know if you see anybody that looks like they're going to pull anything.
All right, I'll do that.
Thank you.
Oh, Mr. Oliver,
Yeah?
I'm sorry if I seemed unfriendly before.
Oh, that's all right. You got to be careful who you talk to on trains.
That's right, I guess. Would you tell me something?
Sure, I can.
That man you were talking to in the club car, that was Tag Bailey, wasn't it?
That's right.
And his wife is Marion Abbott, isn't she?
Yeah, I'm her press agent.
I thought I recognized her. She's a wonderful actress. But Tag Bailey's the big favorite around our house. He comes galloping through our living room, guns blazing every Wednesday night.
You like horse operas?
Brewster's.
Bruce? Oh, your boy.
My husband.
Well, he must be a... Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. He admits it's an infant regression.
He sounds like a psychiatrist.
No, he's in insurance.
So what do you do?
I am writing a novel.
No. Wait a minute. Ann Dean. You wrote the novel Second Love, didn't you?
Guilty.
Well, that was Marion's big picture last year.
That's right.
Well, what do you know? We're on our way to New York to plug her latest picture. Are you going to New York?
Yes, I'm taking this new novel to my publisher. Trying to lick the last chapter before I get there.
I don't see how you can do any good writing under pressure.
Who says it's good? Anyway, it's an excuse to get away for a while.
Get away? From what?
Well, writing is lonely.
So is traveling. Well, I was just about to have dinner alone. Care to join me?
All right.
Marion, look who I found. This is Ann Dean. She wrote the novel Second Love.
Oh, hello.
Very nice meeting you. I loved the story. I hope I did the part of Amelia justice.
Well, the character never had the dimension that you gave it.
Thank you. Oh, this is my husband, Tag Bailey.
How do you do?
How do you do? Hey, why don't you join us?
Oh, thank you.
Love to.
Would you excuse me, please? I've had one of my headaches and it's gotten worse. If you don't mind, I'll go lie down for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It was very nice meeting you.
Thank you. Same to you.
Tag, maybe you ought to see if there's something you can do, hmm?
Yeah. Excuse me?
Certainly.
Poor guy.
You know, I overheard them quarreling in the corridor. Does that go on all the time?
It's been murder with those two. Makes my job tough keeping their beefs out of print. What's the matter?
Oh, that girl. I noticed her before. She seems very depressed.
You worry about everybody, don't you?
Well, no, not really. Being a writer, I usually find myself watching people, wondering what their lives are like, what they're thinking.
Well, look, if you have to worry about somebody, why don't you worry about me?
You look like a man who's very much in control of his own destiny.
Well, that's the impression I like to give. But I wasn't always a nursemaid to a self-absorbed movie star. I once had a business of my own. Pretty good ad agency. A wife, too. A son, he's 7. He's with her. I have a curious interest in people, too. I take you, for instance.
Me?
Mm-hmm. I have a hunch you're running away from something. Going to New York because, well, it's an excuse to run away.
That's ridiculous. What would I be running from?
Well, the insurance business is a pretty far cry from the glamorous world of a novelist.
You're pretty imaginative yourself, aren't you?
Maybe just perceptive.
Will you excuse me a minute?
Look, will you stop worrying about her?
I'll be right back. Oh, excuse me. Hello. We noticed that you were alone and wondered if you'd care to join us for dinner.
Well,
I've often traveled alone on trains and felt that I'd like to be with someone to talk to.
you're very kind, but I don't feel like talking to anyone.
Well, I understand. How about breakfast in the morning?
No, thanks.
My name's Anne. What's yours?
Ella May.
Ella May, you can talk to me. Why don't you tell me about it?
I know all about talking and how much good it does. You know what a nervous breakdown is. It takes a long time to get over one.
Is California your home?
No, I went there to see someone. A boy named Frank. People like Frank can't wait for nervous breakdowns. And people like Frank don't know how to write letters. So when I flew out to surprise him, I surprised him all right. You should have seen his face. And his wife's.
Ella May, please, let's do have breakfast tomorrow.
I don't know why you'd want to. I'm not very good company.
8:30?
All right.
See you. Come in.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How about breakfast?
Well, I have a date with that girl.
Well, I'll take you both to breakfast.
It's a deal. Ella May? Ella May? Ella May, open the door. Oh, get the porter.
What for?
Never mind, just get him and hurry. Ella May! Ella May! Open the door!
What's the matter?
Are you all right?
Of course I am.
Never mind, Grady. Oh, look, I'll meet you in the dining car.
Okay.
I took something to make me sleep last night. I must have overslept. Why don't you go on to breakfast? I'll just have some coffee brought in.
See you later. Hi.
Oh, well, where's your friend?
Oh, she stood me up. Am I still invited?
By all means.
Does that say something about Marion Abbott?
Believe me, I didn't plan it.
Marion Abbott picture canceled. Is it significant that Tag Bailey has taken his Marion to New York because of the sudden appearance in Hollywood of a young Broadway producer recently linked with Miss Abbott? So that's what it was all about.
Good morning, Marion.
Good morning.
Won't you join us?
Thank you.
Where's Tag?
Oh, he had breakfast hours ago. He's never quite gotten off that ranch in Wyoming.
I wish he'd stayed there.
Ice juice and coffee.
Oh, the same for me, please.
We're getting into Albuquerque. I've got to send off a few telegrams. Excuse me, will you?
Well, I see you've read the gossip this morning.
Yes.
That should make good material for a depressing novel.
The difference between fiction and gossip is that gossip is intended to be read as the truth, but never with understanding.
You're very kind.
Albuquerque. Miss Dean, could I see you for a moment?
Yes. Will you excuse me?
Special agent is boarding the train here. He'll want to talk with you.
I'll be in my room.
Albuquerque, 5 minutes.
Well, it could have been left by any one of them. Which one is the question?
It's a funny thing, Mrs. Dean. We've learned that people who leave notes in advance of suicide do so because they actually want to be discovered. They're unhappy people who want attention and to be pitied. Or they do it just to punish somebody who's made them unhappy.
But to type a note like that.
We once found a note like this written in lipstick on a washroom mirror. I'll be around. Just keep talking to people like you've been doing.
I will.
Oh, excuse me. Oh.
Sorry?
Hello, Grady.
What's his problem?
Oh, he was looking for someone.
Look, are you in any kind of trouble?
Why, of course not, silly. Tell me, Grady, the situation between Marion and the producer. Tag knows about it, I suppose.
Oh, sure he does. He knew she wasn't the ranch type when he married her. Now, I've known a lot of Marion Abbotts in my job. Now, here's a woman who can have practically anyone she wants. She wanted Tag, and she got him. Then along comes this Broadway boy wonder, and he doesn't flip for her like the others do, so she flips for him. But he doesn't want any part of her.
It's pretty tragic.
Yeah, for both her and Tag. Now, there's a boy who could stand a few sessions on an analyst's couch.
You talk as though you'd had a few sessions yourself.
Two-time loser.
What do you mean, two-time loser?
Well, I've been through the works twice. Both Freud and Jung.
Oh.
Well, I guess I can take a hint. I'll go on one condition: you have dinner with me.
All right.
Club car at 6 for drinks first.
So,
Good.
Reads good. Up to where you've stopped?
wish I knew why I'm not happy with it. Does anything occur to you?
No. Tell me, how do you plan to end it?
That's a good question.
Come on, who's the fellow?
Well, I told you, he's looking for someone.
But be embarrassed. He's a nice-looking guy.
I am not embarrassed. Besides, even if I were, it's...
I know. It's none of my business. And you're right. Look, Anne, yesterday when I tried to strike up a conversation with you, you gave me the ice. Suddenly, you're as friendly as a little kitten.
Sandra! Why didn't you wake me up?
Why should I, Dad? You need the sleep.
Oh, come on. Let's have dinner.
Just a minute. I haven't finished.
I'm sorry. It was an accident.
You can have dinner by yourself.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't serve my daughter anything more while she's on this train.
Yes. I'll be right back. Will you wait for me? Is there anything I can do?
Yes. Get me a drink
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm afraid I couldn't do that.
and go away.
This your mother? She's beautiful.
That's the story of my life. When they look at me, they always say that. Poor Sandra. Too bad she doesn't look like her mother.
Well, I didn't mean that.
Well, that's all right. I'm used to it. Besides, when I've had a few drinks, I'm beautiful, too. Have you ever thought about killing yourself?
Why, no, I never have.
Well, I have. Lots of times.
Look, I guess everybody...
But I'm going to do it slowly. Drink, by drink, by drink.
Thank you. Well, Florence Nightingale. If you're looking for an ice pack, I haven't got one.
Thanks for waiting for me.
You never answered my question before. You know why Suddenly you were so interested in me yesterday?
I don't know. You just suddenly seemed interesting.
And I like you a lot.
Well, I like you, too. Look, Grady, do you mind if I don't have dinner? I'm not very hungry.
I shouldn't have said that, should I?
Well, you didn't say anything. Besides, I'm flattered.
That's encouraging. Tell me, what's your husband like?
Oh, I have a picture of him.
Oh, that isn't so encouraging. Oh, nice looking. Do you love him?
Why, of course I do.
When's the last time you told him that?
Look, are you a marriage counselor, too?
Not with my record. Come on, when's the last time you told him?
I've decided on the ending for my book.
Sad?
Happy.
Then it's fiction.
It's commercial.
Mrs. Dean, I've been looking for you. Did you find out anything last night? That young lady, Sandra Holmes, seemed to be...
Oh, that must be my call. Excuse me, please.
Certainly.
Hello? We're ready on your call to Glendale, California. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Hello, Bruce? This is Anne.
Where are you? Where are you calling from?
Kansas City. We have a 5-minute stop over here. I had to talk to you.
I'm in a hurry myself, Ann. I've got an appointment at the lawyer's office this morning.
Oh, all right. Then I'll call you tonight from Chicago.
I'll be home about 8.
Wait a minute. Did you say the lawyer's office?
Yes, it's too late to talk now, Ann. Oh, by the way, did you get my note?
Note?
Look in your briefcase. And just remember, Ann, I meant every word of it. I've got to go now. Goodbye.
What's the matter?
Operator! Operator!
Operator,
That Glendale call. Get it back, please, and hurry.
your party is hung up.
Well, get him back, please, and hurry. My husband wrote that note.
Call the Glendale police.
He said he'd be home tonight.
The number doesn't answer.
He's left. Got to get home by 8 o'clock tonight.
Come on, I'll get you on a plane.
Oh, Bruce!
Ann,
Are you all right?
I was waiting for your phone call. I must have dozed off.
Oh, thank God.
I don't understand. What made you come back?
I don't understand after what you said in that note.
But you couldn't have seen it. I thought I'd put it in your briefcase. But I found it tonight in the pocket of my jacket. I'd like you to read it. Anyway.
My dearest, I love you very much. I'd have no life at all if you weren't in it. Whatever it is that's come between us, let's put it aside. I'm still and always will be yours forever.
As I said, I mean every word of it.